Welcome to EZ-Mart, open 25/8. Tired of the same old, same old? Craving a Slurpee at 3 a.m.? EZ-Mart is here for you. Open 25 hours a day, 8 days a week. That's right, folks, we're always open, even when we're not supposed to be. Need a gallon of milk at midnight? No problem. How about a bag of chips? That whispers your deepest fears. Okay, maybe that last one isn't so common. But hey, at EZ-Mart, you never know what kind of spooky surprises await. So come on down to your friendly neighborhood EZ-Mart. We dare you. Milo, Jess, and Theo were bored. Like, really bored. It was a Friday night, and they were stuck in Milo's basement watching reruns of Unsolved Mysteries.
This is lame. Let's do something exciting.
Like what? There's nothing to do in this town.
Theo, who had been strangely quiet, suddenly sat up.
I have an idea. Let's go to EZ-Mart.
Milo and Jess exchanged confused glances.
EZ-Mart? That creepy convenience store everyone says is haunted?
Exactly.
The old Jeep rumbled to a stop in front of EZ-Mart. The neon sign flickered erratically, casting an eerie glow on the fog-shrouded parking lot. Jess shivered.
This place gives me the creeps.
As they stepped out of the car, the air grew noticeably colder. The only sound was the distant barking of a dog and the faint hum of the flickering neon sign.
See? Creepy.
Theo, however, seemed unfazed. He pushed open the store door with a loud creak and they stepped inside. The inside of EZ-Mart was even stranger than the outside. The aisles were filled with dusty products, many of which seemed to float in midair. A single fluorescent light flickered overhead, casting long, eerie shadows.
Whoa.
Milo breathed, his eyes wide with a mixture of fear and fascination. As they cautiously made their way down the first aisle, a bag of chips suddenly whispered.
Psst. Hey kid, wanna buy a curse?
Jess jumped back with a shriek.
Did that bag of chips just talk?
Theo chuckled nervously.
Maybe it was the wind?
Just then, a can of soda rolled off the shelf and stopped right at Theo's feet.
Pick me up, I dare you.
Milo gulped. This was officially way creepier than he had signed up for. Suddenly, a figure emerged from the back of the store. He was tall and gaunt, with a pale, skeletal face and eyes that seemed to glow in the dim light. He wore a faded EZ-Mart uniform that looked at least a century old.
Welcome to EZ-Mart. I'm Mr. Wexley, the manager. Can I interest you fine folks in some expired milk? Or perhaps a haunted hot dog?
Jess and Milo were too terrified to speak. Theo, however, managed a weak smile.
Actually, we're just browsing.
Browsing, eh? Everything in this store comes with a price.
He leaned closer, his breath smelling faintly of sulfur.
And payment is always due.
Panic surged through Milo. He grabbed Jess's arm and whispered.
We need to get out of here.
They turned to run, but to their horror, the door was gone. In its place was a solid wall plastered with faded posters of long-forgotten products.
Looking for the exit?
Mr. Wexley chuckled, his voice echoing through the empty aisles.
There's only one way out of EZ-Mart, and you're not going to like it.
They ran down one aisle after another, desperate to find a way out, but it was no use. The store seemed to stretch on forever, a labyrinth of flickering lights and whispering snacks. Each time they thought they had found the exit, they ended up back where they started, facing the grinning skeletal face of Mr. Wexley. Just when they thought all hope was lost, the fluorescent light overhead flickered violently and died, plunging the store into darkness. For a moment, there was only silence. Then, a blood-curdling scream pierced the air. It was Jess. Milo fumbled in his pocket for his phone, his heart pounding in his chest. He finally managed to turn on the flashlight, aiming the beam of light around the store. Jess was cowering on the floor, pointing a trembling finger at a spot just beyond the cash register. Lying there, amidst a pool of spilled soda and candy, was Theo. His eyes were wide with terror, his face frozen in a silent scream. And clutched in his lifeless hand was a single half-eaten bag of chips, the bag that had whispered to them earlier. Milo and Jess stumbled back in horror. They had escaped EZ-Mart, but the store wasn't finished with them. As they ran into the night, they could hear Mr. Wexley's chilling laughter echoing behind them, a constant reminder that they were not truly free. The curse of EZ-Mart had followed them home.